Welcome to rSlash Relationships, where OP gets himself a sugar mama. I'm a 41-year-old guy, and my 34-year-old influencer girlfriend is not making any money. What would you do? My girlfriend has been supporting herself as an influencer, but hasn't been financially successful for the past 2 years. She had to rent out her condo and move in with me because she could no longer afford her mortgage payments. When she moved in, she said that she could make influencing work as a job, but in the first year she only earned a few $1,000s and only posted twice per month. At the start of this year, I gave her a target of at least 1 post per week and earning minimum wage. With only 3 months left in the year, she's made no money and is averaging 1 post per month despite having plenty of content to work with. Conversations about what she does all day do not go well. Lately, she's been saying her happiness and mental health are more important than making money and my arbitrary targets. She earns some money renting her condo, and we could continue to get by. But what really bothers me is her lack of effort. Nor does she seem concerned about making money. I gave her the year to try to make it work, but I'm confident she's not going to make her targets. I'm torn between letting her try until the end of the year or asking her to move out and live with her parents until she finds a job. I take ownership for letting this go on for so long because I enjoy photography and content creation and initially believed that she could be successful given the paid work and free trips. OP, you don't have an influencer girlfriend, you just have a girlfriend. She basically doesn't have a job, and it's up to you to decide if you want to support a girlfriend who isn't making any money. Seems like the only person she's influencing is you, OP. Our next Reddit post is from Lukey. I'm a 25-year-old guy, and I can't stand the incredibly low intelligence of my partner, a 25-year-old woman of 6 years. I'm posting here just because I don't like talking badly about my girlfriend to anyone that I know in real life. Also, this isn't even really bad necessarily, but still, it's unfair to her to start saying this about her to other people who know us. We've been dating for 6 years. It's been great. We share values and beliefs in many things, and we genuinely enjoy spending time with each other. As we're getting closer to the serious stage of any relationship, marriage, I've started developing stronger concerns thinking about the future. I would say this has been on my mind for over a year, hoping and praying it would go away, but it just won't. And if anything, it's getting stronger. I just have a gut feeling that I won't be happy in the future. A lot of our relationship, I've dealt with basically everything. Planning a 2-month trip in Europe and working on the day-to-day itinerary, and places to eat for date nights. Activities we can do, helping her get a job with building her resume and showing her how to apply, prepping her for job interviews, helping her with working on a healthy lunch for her work. It may sound controlling, but I genuinely don't want to do everything. It's just the way the relationship is, and she likes it that way. I've tried multiple times to tell her that I would like her to help. But she always replies with, I have no idea what I'm doing. This, however, isn't even that bad. As I mentioned, I'm used to planning and doing everything for us. It's just become my role. However, as the years have gone by, I've always known her intelligence wasn't very high. Pretty basic things are a struggle for her. She doesn't understand directions at all. Her mathematics are really bad, like she'll struggle with 21 plus 25. Even though we've been to Rome, in Italy, she asked me if Rome is in its own country. I was in disbelief the other day when she thought that the sun rises in the north and sets in the north every day. Seriously, how can somebody who's lived here for 25 years think that's true? I'll tell her things that are important to me and she'll forget them, and I'll need to re-explain them a week later. I've tried to help her with everything in our relationship. Once, she came to me upset because at her workplace, she needed to use fractions, and she didn't understand any of them. She was struggling with 3/4 and 1/4, for example. I sat down with her and offered to try to teach her and make her understand. She told me, I'll never need this again, so no need to learn. Her emotional intelligence really lacks with the fights that we have. Being completely honest, and as harsh as it might sound, I think about when we have kids, she won't be able to really teach them anything. And if she does try, it'll likely be incorrect. She gets upset that I correct her a lot because it makes her feel dumb. I've tried to help her with simple tasks, but her unwillingness to learn is what's affecting me. I've spoken to her about this many times, but nothing's changed. I just don't know how to feel. She loves me a lot, and it would destroy her breaking up, but I just don't feel happy anymore. OP, it sucks, but you two are incompatible. If she's making you this miserable, then just move on. Also, don't blame her for it because you picked her. If you want a smart guy, date smart women. Our next Reddit post is from Cordy P. I'm a 20-year-old woman and my boyfriend is 20. We've been dating for just about 2 years. To cut to the chase, he's into feederism and bloating, and I am not. I'm a smaller girl. I wear a size 4. And when he told me about this, I said that I'm uncomfortable as it bleeds into daily life. If I'm full from dinner and I say I'm full or I'm bloated, he takes that sexually. I feel very uncomfortable by this. I don't like becoming sexualized just by eating or feeling the uncomfortable feeling of being bloated. We tried water bloat and I hated it. I do not know what water bloat is. Do I dare Google this? Oh God, a comprehensive guide to belly expansion, inflation, and stuffing from rSlash belly expansion. You can inflate yourself orally or anally? What? According to this guide, you can inhale not into your lungs, but into your stomach. So you breathe in and swallow the air. And I think that the end result of all this is that it makes your belly big, which I guess is the desired effect. Anyways, back to the post. I feel disgusting and uncomfortable, yet he tries to push it on me at least once a month. I also feel like he wants me to get larger, and I do not. When I say no, he gets sad and says that I'm not fulfilling his needs. Am I not enough? To add context, he's been addicted to adult content, and this also bleeds into our relationship. I really do care about him, but I don't know how to tell him that I feel sexually coerced. But I also personally don't think this is a means for breakup. What do I do? There's lots of people out there. I'm sure your boyfriend can find someone who is into this, and you can find someone who's into whatever it is you're into, OP. How do I tell my friend, a 27-year-old guy, that he'll never date an influencer-like girl? So I have a friend whom I've known since our freshman year of college. He's never really dated, at least not that I'm aware of, and he's never seemed particularly interested in pursuing anyone seriously. He occasionally mentions girls, but it's always in a vague or surface level way. 2 years ago, I broke up with my long-term girlfriend and re-entered the dating world. Since then, he started talking more about dating and women. I think he now feels like we're in the same boat, and honestly, I'm glad he's opening up more. Here's where I'm struggling. My friend is an amazing person. Funny, smart, thoughtful, and a great cook. And he has a solid job. But on a purely superficial level, he's not conventionally attractive. Some people might even consider him ugly. When we were younger, that kind of thing might have mattered more. But now that I'm dating again, I've realized how much broader and more complex attraction can be at our age. There are so many different kinds of beauty, and what I find attractive has definitely evolved since I was 18. Unfortunately, my friend doesn't seem to see it that way. He only seems interested in women who look like Instagram influencers, very stereotypically hot. And being brutally honest, those types of women are typically looking for guys who match their aesthetic, and he just doesn't fit that mold. It's starting to really hurt his self-esteem. Not dating is making him feel like he's worthless. I've tried to gently steer him towards more realistic and fulfilling possibilities. For example, a friend of a friend often compliments his cooking. I suggested he ask her over for a homemade dinner sometime, and his response was, "She's ugly." That really bothered me. At our age, I feel like we should be past this superficial mindset and actually see people for who they are. I don't want to shame him or be cruel, but I also don't want to sit back and watch him spiral because he's chasing an ideal that isn't going to happen. He's not going to date or hook up with a supermodel type woman. That's just the reality, and it's okay. There's someone out there for him, someone who will love him for who he is. But he's blocking those possibilities because of his narrow idea of what's attractive. How can I talk to him about this without sounding condescending or mean? I want to help him see his own worth without reinforcing unrealistic standards. Well, I think the biggest advice would be tell your friend to get off of social media, especially Instagram and TikTok. More than likely, the reason why he's so obsessed with the influencer type girl is because he's constantly seeing them nonstop while scrolling, and on the hub, of course. Cutting that out or reducing it would help a lot. Ultimately, OP, reality always wins. Either reality is going to tell him the way things are, or you, a friend, can tell him how things are. Though, honestly, I don't know if the problem is so much that he isn't attractive. It sounds like his personality isn't great. Like, you've got a mutual friend who's a woman, and the only thing he has to say about her is that she's ugly. Not, we don't have chemistry, or I'm not sure if she's my type, just, oh, not her, she's ugly. Ugh. Pretty crass behavior coming out of a 27-year-old. Our next Reddit post is from Throwaway. My friends with benefits, a 43-year-old woman, just bought me, a 23-year-old guy, a very expensive gift for my birthday. The age gap here is exactly 20 years. How do I give this back and explain it to my parents? Before anyone says anything, yes, I'm aware that we have an age difference. She's a great woman and she makes a lot of money. Like, I think she might even be making 7 figures a year. I met her doing handyman work for her, and things escalated into friends with benefits. She started giving me a few extra dollars for keeping her company, and the amount just got bigger. Then she started buying me jewelry and such, and I've tried to return these things. But she says she's grateful for me keeping her company and making her feel good since she has no family and doesn't get attention from men. We see each other multiple days of the week, and usually at the end of the week she gives me extra money and buys me stuff for the holidays. Like I said, I don't like taking the gifts, but she insists. Anyways, my birthday was last week, and she got me a brand new motorcycle. She got me the one I wanted, paid off, and she's going to give me the title once she gets it in the mail. I really told her I couldn't take it, as it's almost a $20,000 bike, but she told me she knows I've been saving up and working hard for it anyways. How do I explain to my parents a bike I can't afford to get is mine now? Or how can I make her take the gift back? One thing to keep in mind is that while this is a very lavish and expensive gift, $20K, so to put that into perspective, if you're making $50K a year, then 2% of that is $1,000. So I think to the typical American, to just wrap your head around it, it's as if she spent $1,000 getting him a gift, which is a decent amount of money, but still manageable, especially when you're making $1 million. So what I'm trying to say is, even though this seems like a big deal to you with the amount of money, OP, it's not necessarily a lot of money to her. So overall, I'm just really not sure exactly what the issue is. This is a clear transactional relationship. Friends with benefits, gift exchange, sugar mama type situation. Relationships like this are going on all over the world. As long as you guys don't, catch feelings, which would cause things to get kind of sticky, and not the fun kind of sticky, then I don't know if this is necessarily a bad thing. I mean, yeah, there's like a power dynamic and a big age difference. Still, it seems like, I don't know, doesn't really seem like anything harmful's going on here. I say accept the gift, OP, and then give her a ride. On the bike and then off the bike. Our next Reddit post is from Deleted. I'm a 34-year-old guy, and my 33-year-old wife cheated on me with a woman while she was pregnant. My wife came out to me last week. Our second daughter was born 3 months ago. She's been cheating for the majority of the pregnancy. Ever since she told me, my wife has been posting on social media about her newfound sexuality and partner, and finally being able to live authentically and getting praised for her bravery. On top of that, her and her girlfriend have been acting like parents on social media to our newborn, and I only found out that the girlfriend existed a week ago. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with being cheated on and my marriage ending. It doesn't feel like I have the right to be angry because she was finding her true self. We'll be getting divorced, her request. But I want to keep things amicable for our 2 kids. We don't want lawyers involved. I'm feeling numb mostly. Not sure what to do or how to feel. I still love her, and she's the mother to my children. How do I navigate this? A lot of times cheating will give you a huge advantage in divorce, so I say take her for everything she's worth. That was rSlash-relationships, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.